Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to make a lalylala Pikachu version. It's a lalylala doll in a Pikachu onesie. I'm going to show you step by step what that you have to do. Now we're going to make the eyes of the hoodie. We're going to start with the black part. So we're going to make a magic ring with 6 stitches on it. Wrap the yarn around your fingers, pull the yarn through, like that, and now we're going to create the 6 stitches. So 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now close the magic ring by pulling the piece of yarn. In the second round, single crochet every stitch twice, so 2 single crochets in every stitch. So 1 and 2. Continue doing this until you land on the marker. In this last round, single crochet 1 stitch and then single crochet 2 stitches in the next stitch. So 1 and now 2 in the next one, 1 and 2. Now repeat this until you land on the marker. Now we're going to make the white part of the eye, so we're going to make a magic ring with 6 stitches on it again. So wrap the yarn around your fingers, pull through the yarn to make a knot, and now create the 6 stitches on it. It's the same like the black one. In the last round, crochet 2 single crochets in every stitch. Now I'm going to show you how to connect the white with the black. So first off, cut off the yarn, take your black round, cut off that piece of yarn there too. Now take the white, cut off that piece, and so it wouldn't show. Now take your needle and put the yarn through it. So now we're going to sew it together. So you take the black circle and you make sure it's on the line, on the edge of the third round. So if you would lay the circles above each other, you would see where you have to sew it in. Basically you have to sew it on the stitch. So you go through the last stitches and then you go through the black part. Now we're going to sew the eye onto the hood. As you can see, I already did the right side of the hood, and now we're going to do the left side together. So you place it where you basically want the eye to be, then take your needle and pull the yarn through your needle, just like that. And now you need to connect the eye with your hood, just like you would with other parts, but you have to be careful that you only do it at one side and that you don't sew the hood together. So put your hands in the hood so that doesn't happen. So you just go through a hole from the hood, and then you go through a stitch from the eye, and like that you connect it to the hood. Now we're going to make the cheeks. We're going to start with a magic ring with 6 stitches on it. So here I'm creating the magic ring. Now pull through the yarn to make a knot, and now we're creating the 6 stitches. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one 6. For the last part of the cheek, we're going to single crochet 2 stitches in every stitch. So 1 and 2. Continue doing this until you land on the marker. Now we're going to sew the cheek onto the cap. So make sure the cheek is in place where you want it, and then sew it onto the cap, just like this. You go through the cap and then through the cheek to attach it together. Now we're going to make the Pikachu ear. So start with the brown yarn and make a magic ring with 4 stitches on it. So here I'm making the magic ring, and we're going to put 4 stitches on it. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. In round 2, start with single crocheting the first stitch and then 2 single crochets in the next one. So 1 single crochet in the first, and now 2 single crochets in the next one. So 1 and 2. Continue doing this until you land on the marker. From round 3 until 9, single crochet every stitch in yellow. Now we're going to close the ear by crocheting 2 stitches together but diagonally. So I go to the first and the last stitch, and then I pull through and pull through again to create a stitch. Now go to the second and the 4 last stitch. It's gonna be a bit hard, and then pull through again to create this stitch. Now we're going to sew on the ear onto the hood. So pull through the yarn through your needle, take the hood, and we're going to place it on the same line as the other one. So you have to decide where it needs to go. and then you can sew it on by going through your hood and then going through the stitches from the ear that we just created. Now the hood is almost done, so we have the ears, the eyes and its cheeks, but we still need the mouth of Pikachu. So we're going to sew this on with a little bit of black yarn. Take your black yarn, just a little strap to create the mouth. Take your needle and pull through the yarn. And now we're going to shape the mouth. So I started with the middle point, and I'm thinking this is the easiest way to start, and then I'm just shaping it. Pull through from behind, this is actually easier. And now I'm just going to shape the form of his mouth. Now his nose and mouth is sewed on to the hood, and now we're going to sew on the hood to the doll. So take your needle and pull through the yellow yarn that belongs to the hood. Now take the doll and place the hood in place. So we're going to put all the ends of the yarn into the hood. But first we're going to start sewing it onto her head. So it's in place now, and you're just going to go with the yarn through the hood and then through her head. So here you can see I'm going through the hood, and now I'm going to go through her head, through a stitch of her head, just like that. Now go through the hood again and go through it again, and now go through her head, just like that, and pull through. So continue going through the hood and through the head to sew it on. Now we're at the end of this video. Here you can see the hood attached to the body. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video where we complete this doll.